Good morning, America. Come join us for breakfast.
You blame fast food for America's obesity problem, right? But what if I told you the same McDonald's menu in the 1970s maintained healthy weights? Something changed, and it wasn't just the food. It was everything. Back in the 1970s, ordering a large drink at McDonald's meant getting 16 ounces of soda. Today's small is 16 ounces. The medium a whopping 21 ounces. And don't get me started on the large, a 32-ounce ocean of liquid sugar that would have seemed absolutely ridiculous to someone grabbing lunch in 1975. Here's what really changed. The deceptive shift in portion sizes. Portion sizes were just the beginning. The original McDonald's fries, their regular size, contained roughly the same amount of potatoes as today's small order. What they called a large back then was smaller than today's medium. The supersize that dominated the 90s was nearly triple, what people considered a normal portion in the disco era. Our brains got rewired to think these massive portions were normal, but the psychology behind the shift wasn't accidental. When restaurants realized they could charge slightly more for dramatically larger portions, profit margins improved. Customers felt like they were getting incredible value. Meanwhile, our stomachs slowly stretched to accommodate these new normal sizes without us even noticing. Consider this. The average fast food meal in 1975 contained roughly 350-400 calories. Today's equivalent meal is often pushing 800 to 1,000 calories before you even add the fries and drink. We're talking about doubling the energy intake from what used to be considered a satisfying meal. It's an illusion of value, and it worked perfectly. But portion sizes were just the beginning of how different fast food used to be. From real food to chemical formulas. The ingredients themselves tell an even more fascinating story. One that goes way beyond just making things bigger. Back then, a bag of McDonald's fries contained exactly 3 things: potatoes, beef tallow, and salt. That's it. No methyl cellulose, no natural beef flavoring, no dextrose, just real food that your grandmother could pronounce. The fryer oil alone tells the whole story. Most chains use simple beef tallow or straight peanut oil, not today's complex blends of soybean oil mixed with TBHQ and about 15 other additives. The weird part is those 1970s fries actually tasted better with fewer ingredients. Burger buns were made from flour, water, yeast, and a pinch of sugar. Compare that to today's bun ingredient lists that read like chemistry textbooks, containing calcium propionate, azotic carbonamide, and about 15 other additives you'd need a PhD to understand. But back then, your local bakery could have made the same bun using ingredients from their pantry. Then there's the chicken nugget situation. When McDonald's first introduced Chicken McNuggets in 1980, they contained under 10 ingredients. Real chicken, flour, seasoning, oil for frying. Done. Today's nuggets? Over 30 ingredients, including autolyzed yeast extract and sodium phosphates. It's like they took a simple recipe and decided to complicate it just because they could. Even potato chips were basically edible perfection in their simplicity. The slogan wasn't lying. Bet you can't eat just one. Because they were made from potatoes, oil, and salt. No artificial flavors, no MSG, no mysterious natural flavoring. This ingredient, creep, happened so gradually that most people never noticed the transformation. Companies discovered that adding stabilizers meant longer shelf life. Flavor enhancers meant stronger taste. Emulsifiers meant better texture. Each addition seemed logical from a business standpoint. But the cumulative effect transformed simple recipes into chemical formulas. The cultural shift from treat to habit. The real villain in today's fast food story might surprise you. It's not just bigger portions or more processing. It's something that didn't even exist in most 1970s fast food. High fructose corn syrup. Back then, sugar was sugar. Plain old cane sugar or beet sugar, used sparingly because it actually cost money. The sweetness level was more like a gentle nudge rather than today's full-contact sugar assault. In the 1970s, you could actually taste the other ingredients in your food because they weren't masked by layers of corn syrup sweetness. That McDonald's ketchup was less sugary. The burger buns tasted like bread, not cake, but the real difference was cultural. Fast food in the 1970s wasn't something you grabbed on your way to work every morning. It was a treat. Most families treated McDonald's or Kentucky Fried Chicken like going to a fancy restaurant. It was something special that happened maybe once a week, if that. The kitchen was the heart of the home. Families planned their fast food visits like mini events, a reward, not a routine. The simple fact is that fast food chains weren't everywhere yet. You couldn't find a McDonald's on every corner. You actually had to drive somewhere specific to get fast food, which made it feel more intentional and special. Mothers took genuine pride in their home cooking skills. It wasn't seen as old-fashioned. It was a valued talent. The dinner table was sacred ground where everyone gathered to talk about their day. The shift from occasional treat to everyday habit took years of clever marketing and strategic expansion. What changed wasn't just how often we ate fast food. It was how these companies started thinking about their customers and profits. It's amazing to think that those simpler times created simpler food and healthier people who understood that treats should actually be treats. We were a generation that learned to savor the flavor of real ingredients, not a chemical formula. So what's your most vivid memory of fast food from that era? Do you remember the taste of those old fries? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind the things you grew up with.